What is up, YouTube? Bubbles and Ball Cards back with another video. Happy Halloween out there. If you're taking your little ones out to trick or treat today, please be safe. Hope you all have a wonderful time. Happy end of October, beginning of November. Happy beginning of the holiday season. A lot of stuff going on right now. But anyway, I wanted to dive in a little bit. Thank you to everybody if you watched the tag video. I want to stress a few things about that video first off before I get started in this. That video taught me a lot, and I'm going to be talking about it in a future video, but it taught me a lot, specifically with doing content. And I first want to reiterate, somebody mentioned the thumbnail. The image of Jeremy on the thumbnail was just for fun. He's like, I guess you would say, the face of tag in the YouTube verse. It wasn't intended to like make it, and I know I guess it could be perceived that way, but it wasn't intended to be looking like he was saying, hide your lunch or whatever. It was supposed to be a little thought bubble. So anyway, just wanted to clarify that. And the video wasn't even to like knock or like talk crap about tag. It was more to highlight the comments that have been around on other videos and stuff, and just take it easy. Like it's cool to support a company if you're in favor of them, if you like the service, if you believe in what they're doing. That's cool, but to go on people's videos and like criticize the individual when they're not even talking about the company that you're supporting, that's a little bit excessive. So what I did here, and I want to clarify, I pulled these numbers this morning, but I did go back right before hitting record for this to confirm. There was a comment that was questioned of when the pop report was updated. From what I noticed, it's daily, but I have not seen an update for today, likely because they didn't work over the weekend. So the current numbers should be accurate as of today. I will look again tomorrow and see if there's any updates for like what they did today. But what I thought would be fun to do is, yes, it's new, but this gives us a sample size, not only to show what they've graded, but I actually dug deeper. Now, obviously, when these numbers get higher and higher and higher, it's going to be tough for me to keep track of them because I don't have like the data scraping and stuff like that. This was literally clicking and putting down every single number. I got a notebook over here. I was marking stuff off, but I wanted to compile this to give in fair light what things are looking like. Now, let's be real. This is a new technology, computer grading, all of that stuff. But some of it, there's been talk about, people they're excited for it because they don't have to worry about like the grumpy grader, so to speak. And they believe the consistency and accuracy of the computers. And so kind of going to be interesting to see because, I think a lot of times when people get cards back from grading, they have higher expectations than what the cards really were. You hear a lot of times people say, well, this was packed fresh. Or somebody will question, like, the thing I see a lot is if cards like newer, ultra modern, like Prism or Optic and stuff like that comes back and they're like a 6, and somebody's like, how did he get a 6, And there's those little wrinkles in the clear coat surface, and I refer to them as panini wrinkles, but folks may sometimes not catch it because they're hard to spot unless you see it in a specific angle of lighting. So I think a lot of it sometimes is just people either not pre-screening their cards heavily, or maybe not even experienced a lot in the grading. Now, one thing to question still with tag is there's no standards. There's nothing to tell you, like, if the card has a print line or a scratch or, maybe a white corner or whatever. What is the level of deduction on that? So hopefully that's something at some point folks will know. I will also reiterate, the founder Steve, he did comment on the last video. I replied to his comment, and I also sent a message on Instagram, which is what I stated in my reply on YouTube. I was like, I'll reach out on Instagram, let me know if that's the best place or whatever. I didn't hear anything back, but I did send an Instagram message, and I have not heard anything back. So, I don't know. But anyway, what I did here is I broke it down. Now, this is only the categories or, genres or sports that they've currently graded. There's some in their pop report that have 0. So these are ones that they have graded cards for. And so you can see here, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, UFC, soccer, racing, golf, tennis, multisport, Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, Fortnite, and wrestling. The next column here is how many of each that they've done, and then I put the total down here at the bottom. So, you can see here 625 baseball cards, 268 basketball, 621 for football, 149 hockey. That's your 4 main. Soccer, they've actually done 223. They've done almost as many soccer cards as they have basketball, so that's pretty interesting to note. And then the next column here is the gem count. This is 10s, not the pristines. This is just the 10s. You can see here the leader there is baseball at 294 gems. Football's in second at 203. Soccer with 105. And then basketball with 100. Next column is pristine. So baseball has 18 pristines. Football has 3. Soccer has 9. And then I'm going to be honest, this one here, I'm not sure on. This is Marvel. It says they graded 6 Marvel cards, gem count of 2, pristine count of 2, for a total of 4 gem or better. Let me go over here and just pull up this real quick so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. If you go to Pop Report, if you go to Marvel, so I went in here, and this set right here, I think it was this one. If you click on this, there's no cards, even though it's showing, because I wanted to see which ones they were. It's showing 2 10s, 2 pristines for 4 cards graded, but when you click on it, it doesn't tell you what the cards are. So I'm not sure. Like this one, it shows Ghost Spider got an 8. But over here for this X-Men Metal Universe, that's showing 2 10s, 2 pristines. I don't know what the cards are. So anyway, that's just something to keep note there. But anyway, so Star Wars, there was 4 gems. Wrestling had 1 gem. I went through all that. Pristines. So there was a total of 784 gems, 32 pristines. Total number of gems or better is 816. So on a total amount graded of 1,993 cards, so far 816 have been gem mint or pristine. So good estimate there, or good little, new image there to show like how are they grading. Now keep in mind, this is from 2000 to current date. So, they're not doing older stuff, anything prior to 2000. So what I got here, and I did all the gem rates over here for each individual sport. And then I also did an overall gem rate and came with 40.94%. So currently, what Tag has done so far, their gem rate is 40.94%. So, slightly under 50%. Looks like they would need to do, I don't know, about 134 or so, just doing math in my head real quick, to get to that 50% marker, real close to it, for gems. So that gives you kind of an idea there of what the gem rate looks like with them. Gem or better. Now let's go over here and look, because what I did here, I pulled up gem rates, actual information, and they show percentage of items graded by era. I reached out to them, and he said that it would maybe be slightly different because of volume, but it wasn't necessary. It should give kind of a pretty close picture. So I'm putting that out there just for transparency's sake. These numbers may not be 100% accurate. But to give you kind of an idea, so you see PSA was at 39.9, and what I'm looking at is here 2000s, obviously, because tag does 2000 to present. So 2000s was 11.8%, 2010s 22.7, 2020s 39.9. So what I did is I took these three numbers for all of these four companies and just kind of did an average. I added these up and then divided by 3. Again, this may not be 100% spot on accurate, but it gives you some sort of idea. The volume might adjust the numbers a little bit. So this is September's numbers, and I have PSA at 24.8%. I have Beckett at 26.7%, SGC at 22%, and CSG at 23%. So that kind of gives you an idea of where those companies are. Now, something interesting is I went ahead and I did August as well. And so in September, I had PSA at 24.8%, but in August, those numbers actually were 37.7%. So pretty decent dip from August to September. But then you go even further. Beckett was 41.1% in August. And in September, I had them at 26.7%. So they took a pretty significant, almost 15 percentage point dip on Beckett's gem rate from August to September. So, and then PSA's was almost 13% based on how I did, the addition and then dividing by 3 for the 3 decades there. SGC in August, I have 27.6%. 22% for September. CSG was 24.6 or 23.9 in September. So SGC and CSG kind of stayed almost consistent with doing the math the way I did it here. But PSA and Beckett dropped from August to September. But the key here is by looking at that, if you go by the September numbers, Tag's number is significantly higher. Now, this number will likely change when more volume gets up. I don't know. It's all going to depend. I'll say if they're doing more like 2020 stuff, it'll likely climb. You can tell just by with these, the 2020s are higher on the gem percentages. So if they're doing more 2020 stuff, then that gem rate will likely continue to boost up. If they're doing more 2000s and 2010 stuff, then it could pull it down some, So I'll try to keep an eye on this stuff if you guys would like. But it's going to get difficult the more their numbers come up. Because, again, I'm sitting here like doing this by hand, writing down in the notebook to keep tabs on where I'm at on counting numbers and stuff. But anyway, I just thought this would be something fun to clarify more about the last tag video. I'm not sitting here trying to bash them. I'm actually trying to learn more about the company. Y'all know, yes, I do bulk submissions, but this channel kind of was founded on grading. I mean, that's kind of what made my channel grow, is talking about grading companies, etc. They're a new company. They've had a few, like 2 months on the block now. They got some numbers in their pop report. So I just thought it would be kind of fun to share some of this and, hope folks enjoy it. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you have a wonderful Halloween again. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and until the next video, I'm out.